Good morning and welcome to Monkhouse on Mondays, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays as it's become, because we've got so much demand, which is brilliant. Today I have Colin from Precor with me. So how are you this morning, Colin?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks. And yourself?
Good. Yeah, very well indeed. Actually, I'm actually probably getting more exercise and things like that at the moment because I've got a bit more time because I'm not driving. I normally do about 30,000 a year. So I'm replacing driving with exercising. What about yourself?
Yeah, I know that well. Someone who done 50,000 miles in my car last year, travelling between meetings. Yeah, it's very unusual working from home. But yeah, I think doing meetings like this now, we can actually get a lot of people round telephone calls that we might not have got before.
Yeah.
So I think we're all seeing some time efficiencies. But yeah, it's a new way of working. There's no doubt about that.
No, absolutely. Good. Okay. And I suppose that leads to the first question that I've got for you, really, which is how is Precor helping its operators, the people you supply equipment to, in working in this new environment that we find ourselves?
Yeah, it's definitely a different landscape. I think the market has been going down the road of digital solutions and fitness tracking and wearable technology has been top of fitness trends for a number of years now. And some people have really embraced it. Other operators have stuck with the kind of standard, reliable equipment that doesn't have too much connectivity. You and I were talking beforehand, a lot of the things that we spoke about as suppliers was member experience and how you enhance that experience with people through tracking fitness, through technology, through training apps and other things like that. And I think now, more than ever, we're starting to see the importance of it. And we're really, at Precor, because we can't get out and physically help people by putting new equipment into their facility. But what we really want to do is help them still remain engaged with their members. Because if you lose that member now and the communication stops, we're going to struggle to get them to come back to the gym potentially, because you were saying yourself, you're getting more exercise done now, so we're all getting this new habit of training from home. It's our one allowance to go out of the house. So that habit continues. How do we get people to go, right, I know you've been enjoying working out from home, but how can I get you back to the facility? And I think digital content and really sharing really good quality content with our members is something that we are really pushing just now. And we're doing that through a number of digital solutions. So a fitness training app, we've created a whole host of workout videos and content that you can share direct with your member. So yeah, that's very much where we're going just now, is promoting and trying to help like operators use the digital market more, especially for those who were scared of it initially. For those who were a little reluctant to go down that road, I think now more than ever it's a very, very important tool for them, because it is really one of the only ways that we can stay engaged.
Absolutely. It's really interesting. I tried to get all of my team at LeisureNet to use Microsoft Teams about 6 months ago, and they just weren't up for it. But now, at 7 o'clock, we all have a quiz, we all get together, everybody's using Teams and really enjoying the interaction with it. And it is amazing how we can change our attitudes incredibly quickly when we have to. That behavior change has been so fast. And one of my challenges around this digital transformation almost that we're seeing is that there seems to be a lot of data going one way, which is to the customer. I'm interested, does the data come back from the customer? How can you help operators identify those people who have been taking part in stuff 2 times a week, 3 times a week, that type of thing, so it can help shape their new offer going forward?
Yeah, it's interesting because, when you look at the average member coming to a gym prior to all this happening, most of them come with their mobile in their hand. Okay, so they've already got some workout content which they have either downloaded from YouTube or they've been getting ideas. So we're now working with members who come through the door who are better educated to some extent because they've got an idea of what they want to do. So they might come in and not really engage with staff and just go to their space and complete what they do. But at the same time, you know what it's like when you go on YouTube. You get one video into the next video to the next video, and before you know it, you know, how do you control that narrative? You know, and as you said, you've no way of tracking what that member's actually doing. And a lot of the solutions we put in place through Priva and our partner in Sony AdvaGym is looking at a single app in which we can put the content together. So we've got I think we've got 4 weeks worth of home workout content just now ready on the app. But what happens is we deal directly with the operator. We don't necessarily promote it straight to the customer. So our job is to go through our customers, the operator. They then package it and send it out to their members and invite them all in. Now, when they come on, they can get a lot of content free. But the big bonus is that what they can do is allocate themselves to that facility. That gives you the data that you're talking about. So now you can start to say, how many people are engaging with it? How many people are coming on and using it? What content are they using? But the other great thing about it is that operator can create their own custom workouts with their own branding on it. So for talking sake, we work very closely with Aberdeen Sports Village, who use this facility, and they'll have their own branded workouts done directly from their PTs. So they're still keeping that communication and that engagement with their member. And the hope is that when we see how many people are engaging with it, they can encourage those people to come back because they've controlled that narrative. I keep coming back to it. How do we know that the warm-up's correct? How do we know the cool-down's correct? How do we know that the exercises are being performed correctly? On YouTube, you have no control of that at all. And to me, using digital, you have to be smart in how you promote it, and you have to be smart in the information that you're giving out because there's so much of it out there. That what you really want to do is make sure that you as a facility are the person that's driving that content.
No, absolutely. So, and I'm really pleased you talked about that because there is an awful lot of people talking now about the competence of instructors that are going online and delivering these types of classes. So that level of quality, I think, is just brilliant. And I think that's a really interesting moment that's going to make us all think about qualification and CPD and competency to do stuff. So what can operators do then to maximize this opportunity? How can they really make the most of this digital transformation that we're seeing?
Well, I think right now it's what a lot of the things that we would like to do is make sure that that content is readily available when it's needed most. So the solution that we are putting forward through AdvaGym, we are offering it to operators free of charge just now, and there is a bank of content on there that is very much click and play. You know, so it will still be controlled by the operator themselves, as I said before. So they get the information, they send it to their members and entice them in. Our whole goal here is that we want to make sure that that content is reaching as many people as possible, because there's people stuck in very small flats with no outside space. There's people with, you know, gyms that they've built in their garage, and there's others who are using cans of beans as weights right now. You know, so it's a very very mixed landscape. So what we're doing is we've packaged this digital solution together. We're offering it out to our operators at no cost for a set period of time, and then once their facility opens again, we don't just pull the plug on it, we offer it for a further month after facilities open, and then it's up to them whether or not they want to continue with that service. But we want to give it to people when it's needed most, and it's needed now.
So Colin, you seem to be quite well read. You've used a few stats and things like that, and a bit of stuff that's going on around the insight and the data that we're all receiving. What do you think the future of the sector looks like? What big changes do you think are going to happen as we get towards unlocking this the current process where we are at the minute?
Do you know, I think, and I use the phrase a lot, I think that the world has changed. I think the way in which people will engage with gyms will be different, and that's why I think that really embracing digital now, when it's the only form of communication, I think going forward, what you'll probably find is that the solution will continue, that some people will still work from home maybe 50% of the time and come to the gym the rest of the time. I think the transition will take time to get back to what we knew from 2019. And I think because things like group exercise have always been really popular, and free weights, you know, these are the guys that come and spend 5 days a week in the gym. But if you think about social distancing right now, you couldn't think of two more extreme places to try and put people into. You know, a studio space with 20 to 30 people in it, all side by side, or going and picking up dumbbells where every single person is jumping down 5-6 dumbbells at a time and just putting them down without cleaning them. So I think the transition back will be slow. I do think that there will be a lot of good measures put in place. There'll be new cleaning measures that everybody will have to abide to, which can only be good for the gym. But it's just building the confidence in people to come back into a safe environment. But I always look at the flip side and the positive side of this, that every single person right now is getting one opportunity a day to go out and exercise. So we're changing habits for people right now by getting people exercising who have probably never exercised before. We look at the stuff Joe Wicks has put out to get kids exercising. But again, that's an opportunity for parents to work out with their kids. So, you know, we're encouraging more and more people to participate in exercise of some shape or form. And by using this digital content, you as an operator can now push that digital content out through your PTs, through your instructors, or using the bank that's already there. And then when people do start to come back, you can really handhold them through that process. And you can use the digital platform to tell people and give them the guidance of what the gym will, what the new rules will be of the gym. You know, you could send out notifications to say this is the kind of guidelines you have to follow. So yeah, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. We will get back to where we were. In my positive head, I'm always saying we have now encouraged more people to exercise. So I'm hoping those people will now class themselves as fit enough to go to the gym, if that's a phrase we can use. You know, we've been really good at getting fit people fitter in this industry. We're not very great at getting people off the couch and in the door. But now the government's done that for us. So it's just how we build on that.
No, absolutely. And I think that, Colin, is a really interesting place to stop, because there's an awful lot of conversation to be had about what we should look like going forward, and whether we should continue to be there just for the fit people, or actually are we there for people who have been on the sofa, who are now doing some walking or some football or whatever it happens to be. So at that moment in time, Colin, I'm going to say thank you so much for your insight. That was really, really interesting. Thank you. And look after the family. I'm sure we'll speak soon.
Yeah, cheers. You too. That's great. Thanks again. Cheers.